mind when you hear the word cloud, or rather, cloud computing? We asked a few students here at the University of San Agustin, and here are their answers.
When I hear the word cloud, I think of cotton candy. Cloud computing. Doon mo na siya kung damdam mo kasang files niya gina-store sa cloud, and then doon gina-compute niya ang files niya gina-store mo para matrack ang mga files niya gin-save mo din.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
When I hear about clouds, I think of anything because whenever I took a glimpse in the clouds, I see structures and different forms that can resemble anything, and cloud computing, I think it's counting anything, or except for specifically clouds, cloud computing.
Okay, thank you. So basically, when we heard about cloud computing for the first time, the first thought that comes into one mind is a method of counting the clouds, literally. But in the sense of technology, cloud computing is a term to describe a new class of networks that takes place in the internet. It is also a collection of group of integrated and networked hardware or software and internet infrastructure that connects the users to its desired information easily and securely anytime and anywhere. So partner, can you tell us more about cloud computing?
Well, cloud computing in the IT industry is now one of the biggest industry that makes the lives of everyone easier. So now we are going to discuss one aspect that builds the industry of information technology into a higher scale. Cloud computing and how software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service help the business. So cloud computing is an umbrella term for all services in the internet. To put it simply, cloud computing are the service found in the internet or the World Wide Web. It includes Skype, Facebook, YouTube, Google, Twitter, Amazon, and so many more, you name it. We will now give you the 8 common characteristics of cloud computing. First, massive scale. It covers a large scope of access up to its server's HANA is point.
Second, homogeneity means part of the same network and has the same access.
Third, virtualization. It can replicate a server.
Fourth, low-cost software. Everyone can afford it because it is cheap.
Fifth, resilient computing. Can stand and protect its own server.
Sixth, geographic distribution location that can be distributed online or internationally, geographically, or everywhere.
7. Service orientation. It has unlimited services to offer.
And last but not the least, advanced security. With the help of IBM, they have the highest security and protection. Here now, I will give you the 3 essential characteristics of cloud computing. First, the broad network service. Second, resource pooling. Third, rapid elasticity and flexibility. And lastly, measured service. The next one is the opportunity of cloud computing services. First things first is enables users to use the services without understanding the infrastructure. Second, works with economic of scale. And lastly, data and services are stored remotely but accessible anywhere.
I will tell you now the challenges of cloud computing to users. Number 1. limit on independence and flexibility. Number 2, security. Number 3, policies and access.
Now, we will give you the advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing. But first, let me give you the advantages. First, low computer cost. Second, improved performance. Third, reduced software cost. Fourth, unlimited storage capacity. Fifth, increased data reliability. Sixth, universal document access. 7. Latest version availability. 8. Easier group collaboration. And lastly, device independency.
If there is an advantages, of course, there is a disadvantages. So cloud computing requires constant internet access. It does not work well with slow internet connections. Cloud computing features might be limited. And lastly, it can be slow.
Cloud computing is divided into 3 major services, and that's are
SaaS or software as a service, PaaS or platform as a service, and IaaS or infrastructure as a service.
These 3 will be further discussed afterwards, so stay tuned.
Max, do you know what SaaS is?
That's one of the right?
But do you have prior knowledge about it?
Let's see. SaaS as a software service is a software distribution model in which application are hosted by vendors or service provider and made available to customers over a network, typically the internet.
So in a more understanding meaning, SaaS is a software offered on the internet and it is basically web-based. SaaS has various characteristics. First is a network-delivered access to commercially available software.
Built on optimized and diverse platform,
It is paid for use.
apps and data are available anywhere, anytime with network connectivity.
It has improved reliability and availability.
Improve. Yeah, that's right. It is a standard software web-based.
Software as a service also has many benefits, but it has 2 benefits, the user benefits and the vendor benefits. User benefits is for the users who uses the system application software, while the vendor benefits is for the vendors who sell the software system to the users. The first user benefits is
Lower total cost of ownership.
it is paid when it's consumed. It is immediately available upon purchasing, that's why it costs less.
Focus on your core competency.
It allows customers to remain focused on their core competencies. It enables them to utilize resources in a more strategic area or more strategic way.
Access anywhere.
It can be accessed anywhere as long as they have internet connection or computing devices. It enables the users for their jobs to be more easily accomplished.
Freedom to choose.
It is a pay-as-you-go system. Users usually select applications that they want to use, and they can also stop selecting applications that no longer meet their needs.
New application types.
It offers feasible, more improved, and developed product types than before.
Faster product cycle.
Product releases are much more faster and much more frequent than the usual.
New developers benefits. Increase the total available markets.
It has enhanced competitive differentiation.
Lower development cost.
It has effective low-cost marketing.
Predictable MRR routine.
It has improved customer relationships.
The Level 1 of SaaS maturity resembles the conventional ASAP model, or Application Service Provider software. At Level 1, each client has his or her own personalized version of a hosted application, which they run on instance of the software app on the host servers. The second level of SaaS maturity is where SaaS vendor hosts a totally different instance of the SaaS application for each tenant or customer. While each instance is personally customized for each tenant, all instances at this level utilize similar code implementation. Moreover, the vendor meets the needs or requirements of the customer by offering in-depth configuration options that enable the customer to alter the look of the application as well as its behavior to its users. And while they resemble one another, particularly at the code level, every instance remains completely isolated from the others. Level 3 maturity level is characterized by the vendor running a single instance serving each client with configurable metadata to provide unique, customized user experience and unique feature set. Security and authorization policies ensure the safety of each customer's data, which is kept separate for every customer. In fact, there's no clear indication that the instance is shared among multiple users. The level 3 eliminates the need for server space to accommodate the many instances, allowing for efficient use of scarce computing resources than level 2, thus translating to lower costs. The final or the last level of maturity is where the vendor hosts several clients in a load-balanced group of identical instances, but with each client's data stored separate and configurable metadata offering each customer a phenomenal user experience and unique feature set.
So this is what SaaS is.
We sure learned a lot today. How about you?
For more information, please visit Google site.
Stay tuned for more because the next topic is the past.
Hey girl, do you know what PaaS means?
PaaS means deploy and launch user-created applications.
Then why is it called PaaS?
Because PaaS is the abbreviation.
Means
P stands for platform like this. And the other abbreviation means as a service.
can you tell me all about it?
Okay, let's take a seat first. PaaS is allow customers and users to deploy system. And we can develop services and applications we're not depending on other platforms.
What are the examples?
Examples of PaaS are Facebook, Google Apps, and Windows Azure. Do you know what the architecture of PaaS are?
Yes, of course. PaaS architecture is an open architecture that can support integration with legal application and interoperability with an on-site systems, important considerations because government operates in a mixed identity. Cloud computing, whether private or public, allows access to the network load balancer that runs our virtual machines that allows operating systems to operate with the presence of hardware data. As the OS runs on the data, it is enabled to be by a user and vice versa.
Let me give you some benefits of PaaS. You know some?
I think
First is you get choices and capacity while retaining control and efficiency.
the second one is deliver applications service faster.
Next is gives developers choice of tools, language, and frameworks so they can spend more time writing code.
Then build stable, efficient platforms.
Next is innovate with agility.
Moreover, self-service for developers and easy management for operations means new ideas and more often.
Lastly is expand capacity on the web. So that's it. You learned about the meaning of PaaS, the architecture, and the benefits.
So guys, did you learn something about our discussion? Because me, I have.
For more information, just visit the Google site. Thank you.
What's up guys? So we are now here to present you the infrastructure as a service. So what is infrastructure as a service? Infrastructure as a service is the rental of shared and virtualized computing processing, memory, and data storage for the purpose of running an operating system such as Microsoft Windows Server or Linux.
These applications are less mission critical, so the industry can accept a lower level of service and cope with a less available application, email, and storage of a chip or an application listing platform are prime examples. As most organizations could survive without them for an hour or two, In exchange for less reliability and availability, the service is naturally cheaper.
All in all, software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service now plays a major role in the information technology industry to provide accessible, affordable, and convenient, effective, and efficient tools in building and deploying software applications that will help the users to start up.
In an infrastructure as a service model, a third-party provider hosts hardware, software, networks, storage, and other infrastructure components on behalf of its users and operates it in a virtual infrastructure that is run by an application user. The virtual infrastructure involves operating the computing system, the network system, and the storage system that is made operational by virtualization, and then it operates in a physical structure. IaaS providers also host users' applications and have including system maintenance, backup, and resiliency planning. Because IaaS providers own the infrastructure, systems management and monitoring may become more difficult for users.
As what others says, cloud computing is the next big thing. So that's it. Hopefully you get more knowledge from the infrastructure as a service.
Thank you.